Hi y'all, it's Amaya the American checking in, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the chiropractic industry, my experience when I used to work at a chiropractic office and just raising awareness for people to pay attention to research and to help, keep yourself out of debt because some of these offices are, all they do is care about running up bills, basically. That's all they care about. They don't care about what's best for you or your treatment. Like, they're just in it for the money. So my disclaimer, of course, is that I am not a physician, nor am I a licensed chiropractor. Of course, I was just an assistant. So if you need any medical advice, then you have to go seek a medical professional. Like, don't talk to me. Okay. So anyways, I used to work at a chiropractic office in Athens, Georgia. Some of my followers may know me from there. And I worked at another chiropractic office before. It was in Decatur, Georgia, but these were two very different offices. The first office that I worked at they just did chiropractic care, and of course we have to refer people out for other stuff. This most recent chiropractic office that I am going to talk about, because they were like, oh my gosh, they were off the chain. And I really had overall, a bad experience. First, I'm going to start off with the first issues, because this is what led me to branch off and want to start working for myself from the stress that I had received, from this job. At first, I thought, okay, everything's all cool. They had opened up a new office, and at the main office, it was under a different name than the office that I worked for. And they did surgical procedures there, epidural injections and other types of injections and stuff for people also there. And it was chiropractic, physical therapy, and a medical part. Okay, so for the first thing that I'm going to talk about is, the treatments there, because I'm pretty sure most people have gone to the chiropractor. They have the electric stim treatments, the ultrasound treatments, the, the hot packs and cold packs that they can put on you depending on how many days it's been since your accident. So some people didn't like getting treatments every day. For some people, it's like pulling teeth to get them to come into the office. And so some people, they're like, shoot, I came here, I just need 10 minutes on this, 10 minutes on that. I got to go to work, whatever else life throws at them, that they have places to go. And some people just did not like receiving certain therapies. Just with the chiropractor, some people like getting manually adjusted, which was with the chiropractor's hands. And some people get for the chiropractor to use the activator on them. But a lot of people didn't like the activator. They would be like, could you please tell the doctor that I need him to use his hands to adjust me? I don't like that little clicky thing that they put on them, which, it is kind of strange. I don't like those types of adjustments either. I don't feel like it really is beneficial for me personally. But the treatments, so with the treatments, some people didn't want to get their treatments and stuff. Honestly, I could understand, because people have their own beliefs. Some people were the thought of having electric currents or anything running through their body, they're just oh, it's not natural, this and the other. Well, I would always get backlash from the owners for people not getting treatments when they go through the billing records, and they see and they're like, oh, why is so-and-so not getting this? Why is so-and-so not getting that? I cannot force people to get treatments. So it's like they put so much pressure on me about people getting therapies to the point where it's like you want me out here basically like forcing people against their wheels to get it, or otherwise telling me that, oh, I should just mark all these therapies on here just so you all will be satisfied. Because it was always an issue. Every time we'd have a meeting, it was always an issue about the therapies that people were getting. He was over treating people. Because some people, and you know, some of y'all just be putting on a show. Chiropractor places, we can see the pictures of the accident. So it was some people that had accidents in like a parking lot. Their bumper was messed up, or the bumper came off the car. Like you could tell by the property damage that the accident does not add up to how they're trying to say that they were feeling, or their injuries, of what they were exaggerating. Like some people really do think, oh, if I keep saying that I'm in pain, then I'm gonna get all this money, and that is just not the case. A lot of times you're going to end up in debt is what you're going to end up with, because if you run up your chiropractic bill, let's say to $10,000, and your property damage is minor, like a bumper or something, they're not going to believe that your injuries are caused by that. And most likely your attorney's just going to drop your case, because it's not worth, they know the insurance company's not going to pay for that. So they know that they're not going to get paid. Like, it's just a lost cause. And then what do? They're going to just sell it to a debt collector after, I think, like 30 days, 60 days, somewhere around there. It's a certain time period, and they're going to sell it to a debt collector, collection agency, whatever. Treating patients, which they would do that anyways, because of course people be pretending like they're in so much pain, and sometimes they just would go off of it by, oh, this person's still in pain, so let me refer them to have an MRI. They have an MRI, and because they found something on the MRI, and some of the stuff that's on the MRI comes from other injuries, but because they found, something on an MRI that causes concern or something, because they're looking for a reason so that they can have to refer you to the other clinic so that they can be able to, do an epidural on you, or give you some sort of injections or something, some type of procedure they want to try to get you to get. Still refer these people to try to get as many people in for these procedures who did not need them, or their cases weren't even all that good to have these procedures done. Because literally I've seen so many people whose cases were dropped, who went and got procedures and stuff, and then they offer physical therapy. So you think about it, after you've gone to the chiropractor for 20 visits or so, and then they want you to go to physical therapy. And some people are in physical therapy for like 20 more visits. So you're there for 40 something visits, like all that money. Because, some people did not want to get the epidurals or procedures. They're like, no, I'm not having anybody stick any needles in me. Some people just don't believe in that. Some people don't trust doctors and stuff. Like, you have to understand, you do have your own free will for your care. But these people were like taking advantage of people, having them come for all this stuff. And it got to the point where if I couldn't get the people to come in, then they'd say, contact their attorneys, which the attorneys, most of them barely ever made sure that the people came in, because the people, still gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. But if people didn't want to get the treatments, then I have to talk to the chiropractor. They're like, oh, we'll get the chiropractor to come in and talk to the patient to keep harassing them about getting treatment. Like, it was just, I cannot believe how aggressive they were about trying to get people to get these treatments. And of course we did the MRI thing, with people going to get MRIs and stuff. So, and I already mentioned that if you do go and get all these therapies and treatments and stuff, and your attorney drops your case, then of course you have debt now on your credit score. So, I mean, if you were planning on trying to buy a house, get a loan, a car, whatever, like now you got to deal with that on your credit just because you want to go out here and run up a bill, or thinking that these people just have your best interests at heart because they're telling you to do all of these things. So also with the medical portion that I'm going to hit, because we did have a physician assistant come in, I believe it was like twice a week or so at my clinic that we did. So of course, with the medical person that would come in, they had a physician assistant that would come in like twice a week. And I mean, the physician assistant, he was cool or whatever. He was real, just laid back, did his job. He didn't get in the way or anything. So, I mean, I really have no complaints about him per se. But anyways, they give out these back braces, you guys. The back braces and the portable TENS units. And you can buy that stuff off of Amazon much cheaper than what they charge at the chiropractic office. Like, they marked some of this stuff up like 5 times as much as it would cost for you to just buy it off of Amazon. Like, you can get the same kind of back brace. These were not no special type of back braces. These were like, you know, basic back braces that might cost between $30 or $50 on Amazon that you can literally get, that you're paying $400 or something for, you know, on the bill. The TENS units you can get off of Amazon for cheaper. You're going to pay at least like 3 to 4 to 5 times more of that price from getting it from them. So of course, you know, it was an issue with them feeling some type of way if you don't want to get the back brace or TENS unit, which it was your choice. So, you know, really the medical professional, he didn't really care too much, you know, if people wanted that or not. So for him, it wasn't a big deal. But of course, you know, that's more money that's being lost, you know, because this is just mainly what people, of course, this is more money that's being lost, and that's mainly what people, you know, what these owners cared about was the money. Okay, so patients would come in asking for Percocets and stuff, and they only gave out like, I think the highest thing they gave was like Tylenol 3 or something like that, prescription Tylenol 3. And it was crazy how some people would be like, oh, thinking that if they say that they're in so much pain that you're going to get some medications or something. Like, that's all some people cared about was the medications. Because a lot of people will be asking about their bills. They will be inquiring, you know, asking how much their bill is right now with where they're at with their treatment. And of course, that was like the biggest issue, because I was told to tell the patients that they would have to put in a written request with the billing department that was located in Lawrenceville, and that it would take about 2 weeks for them to process your request. And then you think about, in the meantime, you're still getting treated within those 2 weeks. So the price is not accurate for you to keep up with. And I was the one who actually did basically started the billing and coding process. At the end of the day, I'd have to have all the files from the patients that had been treated that day and put in all the codes, and it'll have the prices on there. So I could see, you know, by the end of the day, how much the accounts are at. You know, it was nothing that was it wasn't like we didn't have access to that information, but we were just told that, you know, to tell people that, which I think is pretty messed up. It was an experience. I would definitely say I would never go back. And the funny thing is, like a few months ago, one of my coworkers who used to like travel around to different offices had accidentally called me, and I had I talked to her and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like you need to go back. You need to go back." Like I haven't worked there since, it's been a couple years or so since I've been gone. And she's like, "Oh, they need your help. They need your help." And I would never go back. They offered to pay me more money because at first when I had put in my 2 week notice, they didn't want me to. They had one of the owners talk to me and was like, "Oh, well, your review's coming up next month, and write down how much you would get paid to keep you." So they were wanting to keep me, but I just felt like I was in a prison cell. I guess that's just gonna be saved for another video, with like breaking away from the 9 to 5 life, especially when it's concerning your rights. It's concerning your body, your health, your money. You ask as many questions as you want to. Be comfortable with asking questions, because that's what, you know, people prey on people who do not ask questions because they just take it as, "Oh, you don't care," or, "Oh, we can just take advantage of this person," or, "Oh, we're going to make you feel this way," or, "We're going to make you feel that way." No, this is your money. This is your health. You take charge of that, and make sure that you do the proper research when you're out here choosing these medical and healthcare professionals for your care, and make sure you pay attention to what they're doing and how they're treating people and their procedures, because there's a lot of dirty, no good people in this world that you should be concerned with. So don't ever be afraid to speak up.